my great honor to have been asked to introduce our next inductee, Wayne Gulliver. Most of you have heard him speak this morning, and I'd like to give you a sense of who he is. Wayne Gulliver grew up on Empire Street in the city of St. John's, Newfoundland, to hardworking parents. And I think you remember this morning when he talked, he said he had 6 sisters and 3 brothers. So it was a rough and tumble area of town, and he learned quickly how to defend himself and how to fight for his rights. Wayne was a good student and an even better soccer player. He graduated from Memorial University, or locally known as the Moon. He went to McGill University Medical School and was admitted to the dermatology residency program, and that's when I met Wayne about 30 years ago. He married Beverly, the love of his life, who was a lab technician from Buena Vista. And they have 2 daughters and a son. For the first part of his career, he was the only dermatologist on the Rock, serving a population of 500,000 people. He also traveled regularly to the French islands of Saint-Pierre de Miquelon on contract to those governments as a visiting dermatologist. His St. John's practice was unbelievably large and very busy. He provided a high level of patient care to all. For example, he had 7,000 psoriasis patients, which is absolutely unbelievable. Through his practice, he noted a predisposition towards certain diseases among the settler population of the Rock, which had similar antecedents, many of whom left Ireland from Waterford. The Human Genome Project was newly underway, and Wayne, along with many of his patients, shared a common genome. Wayne developed a strong sense and mastery of the new science of genomics and launched his successful CRO New Lab Research, which has been active in approximately 250 drug trials over the past 20 years. He is still drawing conclusions from those early DNA findings and continues to publish very influential papers based on this data. He has authored or co-authored over 80 published papers, as well as 100 abstracts authored or co-authored. A captivating speaker, a true educator, and has provided distinguished academic service to the Moon, and organized and served many community service projects. His passion for all things Newfoundland led him to actively support native Labrador artists, and he's made a point providing First Nations carvings to visiting speakers and guests. Wayne loves haute cuisine, especially Chess's fish and chips, or anything Bev makes, and has become somewhat of a wine connoisseur. He is a worldwide figure in his specialty, and he could very easily work anywhere in the world. But he is a proud Canadian, a fiercely proud Newfoundlander, and above all, a family man. His parents, siblings, patients, and friends mean the world to him. It is also a fact that he lives on the doorstep of the best fishing on the planet. And he'll tell you the only good thing that's more important than science is quality time to catch salmon. My son Michel and I have had the good fortune of being with his brother Joe, his father, and himself on several fishing camps on the Eagle River. Always a pleasure. His peers might concede that within his cohort he possesses the sharpest mind, the quickest tongue, the best sense of humor, and the biggest heart. One thing for certain, being from St. John's, he is 30 minutes ahead of the rest of us. My honor to introduce our friend, Dr. Wayne Gulliver.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Mitch and the whole group on the meeting this morning. I know other speakers have, but this was a really good meeting, and I wish there were 5,000 people here to have shared the discussion and the presentation, because it needs to be disseminated. But congratulations to Mitch and the group. I didn't write a speech. I actually just wrote 5 words down, and these are the things that are important to me its family, patients, friends, and our industry colleagues, and in the next 25 years. So over the next couple of minutes, I'm going to touch on those things because they're what drives me every day, what gets me up in the morning. And family, Beverly, thank you for coming. It's very touching that you're here and that you've supported me through all these crazy things I've done over the years. Run off and work for a Dutch billionaire in biotechnology, set up a company, start a genomics research facility, and but all you've been there for me and supported me, and my children, my brothers, sisters. It's been amazing. Patients, very important. Patient center. When you get up every day and you know you're going to go see a patient, you know that something good is going to happen. And so every day I go to work every morning, and I know I'm going to try to do something good. And with the advances in industry, and you know, someone came up to me and said, "You know a bit about psoriasis. I have a family member who's developing psoriasis." I said, "Yeah, it's, you know, don't be afraid of it. It's a great time. We have, you know, we know this disease. We can treat it, and it's not the old days as the first patient that I showed you. So we've made advances. We can treat the disease. People are not going to die early. They're going to live a full and wonderful life, and their psoriasis is going to be controlled." And this is just one disease, but there are many, many, many others that are true. Again, my background in terms of going to MUN, it's a great school, and then, but you know, having the honor to go to McGill and walk the halls of McGill University, where some of the greatest physicians who've ever practiced in the world have been there, and the people like David Gratton, and some I mentioned in my bio here, Dr. Gerstein and Wilkinson, have just been outstanding in training me and giving me the critical mind. In terms of other things that are important in life, it's looking to the future. And so as you see that in my picture, I had a little more hair about 6 months ago. And so right now I'm getting chemo. So it's really important these things happen, that you look to the future, you look to the next 25 years, that you are going to be around, and I'm going to be around to facilitate the next round of new psoriasis drugs, the next round of new drugs to treat acne or eczema. And so all this is what I do every morning when I get up. I think about my patients and think about how we're going to make life better for them. Thank you.